In just 9 minutes, uncover the most powerful insights from Andrew Huberman's conversation with psychiatrist Dr. Paul Conti. Discover the secret behind your low confidence, the pathetic defense you use daily, and how you're sabotaging your mind without knowing it. These 10 takeaways will help you assess your mental health, decode your unconscious mind, and gain real tools to overcome anxiety, overthinking, and emotional blocks. Takeaway 1: what mental health really means. Mental health is not just the absence of problems like depression or anxiety. Instead, it is about how well you live your life with agency and gratitude. Agency means feeling in control of your actions and choices. Gratitude means appreciating life and what you have, even when things are not perfect. Dr. Paul Conti explains that people who live with these two qualities tend to be happier, more productive, and more at peace with themselves. This view shifts mental health from being about fixing problems to building strength in how you approach life. For example, a person who loses their job but still wakes up with a plan and appreciation for what they do have, like family or health, is showing strong mental health. They are not immune to stress, but they handle it in a mentally healthy way. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 2: how to assess your mental state. Assessing your mental health should be as routine and structured as checking your physical health. Just like we monitor blood pressure or weight, we should evaluate our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Ask yourself how often you feel empowered or helpless, how often you appreciate your life versus feeling bitter, and whether you feel safe and open around others or defensive and withdrawn. The way you talk to yourself is a major clue too. If your inner voice is constantly negative or doubting, it needs attention. For example, if you often say to yourself things like, "I'm a failure," even after doing something well, that's a sign of poor self-assessment and possibly deeper issues that need to be explored. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 3: understand the structure of yourself. The self is built like an iceberg. Most of it is under the surface and unconscious. Only a small part of your mind is what you are aware of. The conscious mind is what you use to think, decide, and reflect. The unconscious mind is much bigger and includes your deep habits, automatic reactions, and even childhood experiences that you don't remember clearly. These two parts interact constantly. The unconscious shapes what the conscious mind sees and reacts to. Understanding this structure can help you realize why you react the way you do and how much of it is not under direct control. For example, someone who always gets nervous in group settings may have no idea that their unconscious mind is triggered by old memories of rejection or embarrassment. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 4: why defense mechanisms matter. Your unconscious mind uses defenses to protect you from emotional pain, confusion, or fear. These are automatic and often hidden. Some defenses are helpful, like using humor to cope with stress. Others are harmful, like avoiding problems or pretending everything is fine when it is not. Defense mechanisms shape your behavior and your view of the world, even if you don't realize it. By understanding them, you can start to change them. The more aware you are, the more control you have over your life. For example, a person who refuses to admit they are hurt after a breakup and jumps into another relationship immediately may be using denial or avoidance as a defense mechanism, which only delays healing. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 5: build your mental strength daily. Mental health is something you can build like physical fitness. It requires regular effort and the right strategies. This includes developing routines that bring clarity, using positive self-talk, and making time to reflect. Just like running or weight training improves your body, consistent mental work improves your inner strength. You should also track your own improvement and not expect quick fixes. Changing mental patterns takes time, just like growing muscle does. For example, if you start journaling every day for 15 minutes, you may find over a month that you understand your thoughts better and feel more in control, even if nothing else in your life changes. We're halfway through the video. Thanks for sticking with us. If you're enjoying it, hit the thumbs up and share it in your WhatsApp groups. If you'd like to support us, please tap the thanks button below. It helps us keep making great content. Drop a comment and don't forget to hit subscribe for more. Now let's continue with the video. Takeaway 6: the hidden roots of anxiety. Anxiety often comes from the unconscious mind, shaped by past trauma or life experiences. While a little anxiety is normal and even useful, Too much of it blocks your ability to think clearly or enjoy life. Many people feel anxious in situations that do not really pose any danger, like talking to a group or starting something new. This often happens because of old patterns that are still active under the surface. The good news is, these patterns can be identified and changed. For example, someone who panics every time they get feedback at work might unconsciously associate criticism with failure because of how they were raised. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 7. Low confidence is not what it seems. Confidence is not just about how you act. It is also about what you believe deep inside. Many people appear confident in some areas but completely collapse in others. Confidence is often state-dependent. This means you may feel strong in your job but terrified in romantic relationships or vice versa. That does not mean you are broken. It means confidence is something that can be built where it is weak. To do this, you need to find where it breaks down and work with that area specifically, rather than trying to feel better across the board. For example, a woman might be a confident speaker in public, but freeze up emotionally in dating situations due to past heartbreak that shaped her beliefs about love. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 8. Change your inner story slowly. If you keep telling yourself the same negative thoughts every day, like, I am not lovable or I will never succeed, your mind starts to believe it. These stories become the emotional roads your thoughts travel on. Changing them takes time and repetition. You need to build a new path by thinking and saying different things, even if you don't believe them at first. Over time, the old path gets used less and the new one becomes stronger. This is how you rewire your mind. For example, if you begin each morning by saying, I'm doing my best and that is enough, even if it feels fake at first, after a few weeks it can become part of how you see yourself. Now let's move to the next takeaway. Takeaway 9. Every self has a character structure. Character structure is the way your mind interacts with the world. It includes how much you trust others, how you react to stress, how open you are to change, and how much you care about others. Everyone's character structure is different and shaped by their life, but it can be changed with awareness. If you notice you always assume people are against you or you shut down when facing conflict, those are parts of your character structure that need work. The goal is not to be perfect, but to be more adaptive and balanced. For example, a man who always lashes out in arguments might have learned that aggression is the only way to protect himself emotionally, but with support and reflection, he can learn healthier ways to communicate. Now let's move to the last takeaway. Takeaway 10. Clinical wisdom makes a real difference. Dr. Paul Conti emphasizes that mental health work is not guesswork. It is a structured and evidence-based process, just like physical medicine. A good clinician listens carefully, looks for patterns, and helps the person understand what is going on inside. There is no one-size-fits-all formula, but there are known tools that work when applied with skill and care. Therapy is not magic, but it is also not fluff. When done right, it helps people truly transform their lives. For example, a client who had recurring panic attacks was able to overcome them, not by being told to calm down, but by working with a therapist who helped them understand the unconscious fear that triggered those attacks. Here is a brief introduction about Dr. Paul Conti. Dr. Paul Conti is a Stanford-educated psychiatrist who completed his residency at Harvard Medical School, where he served as chief resident. He is the founder of the Pacific Premier Group, a clinical practice that integrates biological and psychological approaches to mental health. Dr. Conti is renowned for his expertise in trauma treatment and is the author of Trauma, The Invisible Epidemic, a book that explores the pervasive impact of trauma and offers insights into healing. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support this channel, hit the thanks button below. It really helps us keep going. If you enjoyed this summary, please leave a like and share it in your WhatsApp groups. To join discussion about this video, drop a comment below. And for more videos like this, hit the subscribe button below.